Why force yourself to outshout the competition just to get your brand noticed?
You don't have to anymore. Welcome to Copy That Speaks.
Good evening and welcome to episode 6 of Copy That Speaks. Very excited about tonight's show. It's the first show of the new year. Let me say hello to my good friend Lee Rowley from Sales Copy Academy. Lee, how the heck are you?
Hey, what's up, Brian? I'm fired up tonight.
Good to hear, brother.
Yeah.
About anything in particular or just like, oh, yeah, well, there you go.
I'm just so excited. You know, I was just telling you, this is one of the highlights of my week. Just getting to hang out with one of my favorite friends in the
Thank you,
world,
sir.
and just just letting it rip.
Not me. You mean a favorite friend before you got here. He rode over with you on the show.
Danielson.
Grasshopper, you move too slow. Now, don't culturally appropriate. We'll get kicked off of Facebook Pride. All right, Lisa, what else is going on? Happy 2019.
Thank you.
Very excited about that.
Thank you.
So how's your new year going so far?
It's going. It's going. I got a lot of good things in the works.
In the works, good.
Yeah. So, including, I was hoping we could do a little a new segment here on the show tonight.
I would love that. What do you got?
Dirty Diaper Dumpster Fire.
Oh, and look at that. The sound of it's magic. I'm telling you, it's magic.
Yeah. Dirty Diaper. Hot damn. All right, let's go.
Dumpster Fire. All right, brother, take it away.
All right. So this is Dirty Diaper Dumpster Fire, where I'm digging up the crappiest marketing around and serving it up sizzling just for you. So this week's Dirty Diaper Dumpster Fire award goes to this D-bag on LinkedIn.
And D stands for Dirty Dumpster Diaper,
right?
Like D3. Okay.
Yes, absolutely. So, and who sent me one of these cut and paste messages? It just really burned my bacon. But so the first line of this thing in all capital letters with 6 exclamation points after it. We are experts.
Ooh.
Really? And I was just like, really? No, hi, how are you? No, nice to meet you. What you do? You just walk in and flop it out on the table right there, just right off the bat. What? I couldn't tell you what the rest of them. I don't know what he was selling because it went right in the trash. I blocked him. Sayonara, butt face. I just can't. What would make you think that that's a great way to open up a conversation with somebody? We are experts. Thank you. Oh, I've been waiting for experts.
Yes.
No.
Yeah. Not to mention the fact that 6 exclamation points looks like a jail cell. I don't know if people listening have been in jail, but it's like we are experts and you're trapped.
Yeah.
Right?
You're trapped. You must buy from us. We demand it. You don't. No, people have too many choices for you to be demanding anything. No, this is the wrong way to start. You could have had the perfect product for me. You could have robbed me of the opportunity to buy this product from you because of your crappy remarketing, because I couldn't get past the first line. So you get the Dirty Diaper Dumpster Fire Award, plus a special from me to you just for being you.
Well, I have to tell you, we have to put up the logo one more time for, Dirty Diaper Dumpster Fire. I like that. And I should say to you earlier in the show, Lee, my good friend Mary said that every time I say like push-ups, set-ups, or pull-ups, she thinks pull-ups are overnight diapers for little kids.
Yeah, well, I wonder what she's going to think of them now. That's right.
It's hard to say, brother. It's hard to say what anyone's going to say after watching this. All right, so that's our pet peeve, experts with exclamation points. Let me say hello to Carla. Carla, so nice to see you. Thank you for joining us here. The Dirty Dumpster Diaper Fire, or as we like to call it, Copy That Speaks.
Right.
You might know our host, our co-host, Carla, so say hello to Lee. I think she's waving back. I don't know for sure.
So, I don't know how many fingers she's using.
So here's the thing. Wait a minute. I was going to get to the breaking news, but I don't think we can now. We'll talk about this a little bit later, but let me make sure that I got all this.
Right.
So if we go like this, if we take the call, and it's caller number 2, let me go like this. Good evening. Who's this, please?
Oh, this is Alex McDowell.
Alex, how are you, brother? Nice to meet you.
Hey, I'm great. How are you?
I'm just hanging out. Well, you're in for a real treat because Lee's busy wiping down the chalkboard. So it's going to be all good stuff.
Alex, what's up, my friend?
Let me tell you, it's going to be all good stuff.
Hey, Lee, how's it going?
Oh, man, I'm stoked. I'm ready to do this.
Very cool. So, Alex, if it's okay with you, Lee, could I have Alex say a little something? Give us an idea of a little bit about what he's doing so that the listeners can go, oh, wow, that's really something else.
Yes, please.
And then have you have to say, oh, Alex, you know what? I think I do have a drum roll, Alex. So let me just see. We'll do a drum roll and you can take it away and kind of give us an idea of what your company's all about. Yeah, I need a rim shot for that last one because that drum roll will go on for an hour if I let it. I need something. All right, Alex, there's your drum roll, brother. Give us a little bit of something about A3 innovation and what we can look forward to this evening.
Thanks, Brian and Lee. First, thanks for having me on. I am so stoked to be here, I guess you could say. Anyways, A3 Innovation, we are a software development company. We do 3 different things, but what we're going to focus on today is robotic process automation, which, as you'll find out, is the process of building a digital employee to do the things you don't want to do every single day that are eating away your time.
Oh, man, that's a long list, Alex. I got to tell you. You know what my first on the top of the list would be, Lee?
Yeah, what's that?
Picking up my clothing on the floor.
Okay.
Because I get in trouble all the time because my wife will go, are you going to wear that shirt again? And I go, well, it saves me a trip over to the dresser. It's right here where I left it last night, right? It's not like I have a huge wardrobe. I have 50 of the same T-shirts, right?
Oh, okay.
So she never knows if I'm wearing them or not. That's all I'm saying. But Alex, I have a sense that you're not talking about a robot to help me, like a Zumba to help me with my laundry.
Man, I wish. If we had those, that would be incredible. We basically do the laundry of your computer, though, you know, those little tasks that you do every single day, those reports that you have to sign on and get complete, that email you have to read, that sales number you have to get, and
Very cool. Very cool. So now, Alex, how would someone come to interact with you? Like, what is it that I'm searching on the internet, or what is it that I'm doing where I go, oh, I was looking for this and I bumped into Alex. He looks like a pretty sharp guy. How is it that our listeners would find you?
They can just go online to our website.
Okay.
Or through our Facebook page, which also has a link to our website.
Okay.
And that's a3illc.com.
A3illc.com. I have your graphic up, and your nice smiling mug is up as well. So thank you for that. So, Alex, let me get out of the way, because here's how we run this normally. I get out of the way. You get to talk to the brains of the operation. Well, I get to have a drink, and then I'll come back on after Lee has worked his magic. I can get out of the way, and then you guys can just kibitz and figure out what's going on. So, Lee, why don't you take it away?
Cool. All right. Well, Alex, so we're working on, I believe, a value statement. Is that correct? So in other words, in a mini elevator speech sort of way, you're going to want people to explain to your ideal audience what it is that you do without having their eyes glaze over. Is that, do we have the right understanding here?
Yeah, you hit the nail on the head there, Lee.
Oh, so a mini elevator speech is not like a dumbwaiter. You don't mean like a smaller elevator, like in terms of like square footage?
No,
you mean just like a short speech? Okay.
We're not bringing in Tattoo from Fantasy Island to push buttons or anything like that.
I'll go back to my drink.
All
okay,
right.
Sorry, guys.
Right on. Okay, so, I mean, tell me real quick why you started this business of out of all the businesses to start. I mean, what is your passion? What is your overarching reason for wanting to do this? Because, like, dude, there's a lot of easier ways to make money, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. So what fires you up about this?
So it's gonna sound crazy, but
You're right at home. What is it?
To solve. I said I'm gonna sound crazy here, but I just love to solve problems.
Okay.
And when I was in a corporate position, you know, doing the typical 9 to 5, doing my thing, plugging away, doing exactly what I'm supposed to do, and I'm just doing the same things over and over in the same system, dealing with the same issues.
Okay.
And eventually, I taught myself how to automate them and how to make a computer do it. So
Good golly.
So
That's
I
some
just kind
smarts.
of worked my way through building different projects and building different programs and saving time, saving money, but I didn't want to just do that for one company. I didn't want to just do that for one corporation, because I'm the kind of guy that, you know, when I'm working on a project, I'm putting everything I have into it. Every cent of energy, every hour of the day, every waking moment, we're thinking about this goal that we're trying to achieve. And so I didn't want to waste that away in the corporate world where you're doing all of this work and getting nothing for it.
Okay.
And I figured I can solve processes anyways. So what better way to do it than to work with small businesses and business owners who are stressed, who are tired, who are done doing those little maintenance things every single day.
Okay. Very cool. So what kind of, tell me a little bit about one of the clients that you're proudest of what you've been able to do for them and how that's impacted their business.
Absolutely. So right now, the very first website that we have officially launched is the Toddler Town. They are a daycare in Kentucky.
Okay.
One of the absolute best, if I do say so myself. We were working with them because and this was a web design project that we underwent. I know I'm all about automation, but web design is the first service that we offer as a company.
Okay.
So their last web designer that they had worked with had just kind of shafted them. They gave them a website that still had template print on it.
Okay.
And where you can see it was like just not stylized, not customized, not really made for them. There was no effort that went into it. And so they were looking for a new website. So we had the privilege of partnering with them. We were able to build them a website that we went and took pictures of the kids. So when you're on Toddler Town, we were able to give it that feel of you're interacting with an experience. Your kid is going to go be with real people, be with real kids playing and learning and growing. And it just turned out great.
Awesome. So have they, seen an uptick in interest because of that?
Well, we launched it on the 28th, I want to say.
Okay, so this is a real recent thing. Okay.
Oh, yeah. So we haven't been able to measure results like that yet, but check back in a month and we'll see.
Absolutely. Very cool.
Very cool. All right. So, you know what? One thing we can do, Alex, is I realize, when we run the show and we open the show here, one of the things that we could automate is the starting of the countdown clock. Man, what are you going to do? So we really don't have 30 minutes left, Alex. Don't worry. And then also, Lee, if I could talk to you, when we get a little more budget for the show, could we get an ice bucket?
An ice bucket?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, if Alex could automate an ice bucket, I think that would be pretty cool as well.
For what? Before I
just like in case you want iced coffee or I need the water refreshed. I just think some ice.
Okay, so nothing nefarious then.
No.
Okay.
No, not for us.
I wouldn't expect anything like that out of you.
All right, so Alex, that's what we're going to do. I need someone to automate the countdown clock actually going. So let's do this. We're going to give Lee a minute to work some of his magic, and then so you and I can kibitz for a couple seconds, give him a chance to kind of whip around on the board, Alex, and go from there. So let me ask you this. Why was this a fascination of yours? I mean, you're obviously a smart guy. You obviously can do just about anything that you set your mind to. Why was this what was that time? Lee is always fond of reminding me 3 a.m., something that hits you 3 a.m. in the morning, and it's not, I want to blow up my paradigm, right? It's not like that. What was your 3 a.m. moment, Alex, where you were like, you know what? I just can't take this anymore. I've got to be able to figure out a way to be able to automate this so that my creativity, right? Everyone, their brother, Dave Asprey, Brendan Bouchard, you name them, they're all like, look, you got to limit the amount of decisions you make every day to leave your bandwidth for the really important stuff. So my sense is, Alex, what you do is allow really smart people to focus on their bandwidth by taking away all the minutia and automating it, so that they can bring their A game without having to worry about, picking up the dry cleaning, so to speak. But how did you come to that realization?
So I'll tell you about the day where it was with my previous employer. I still, hadn't branched off, started my own thing before I really got my start in automation. And I was working in a call center. And we have this old terminal mainframe system that, it's DOS-based. You're typing all your commands. You can't click around. Everybody hates it. It's super clunky. And we had this way of organizing our work. And the work was organized in certain groupings.
Okay.
Well, the company changed the layout, so they were going to completely change, and we had to completely change the way that we looked for work. So instead of us finding a new call to make or a new call to take in 5 seconds, it was now going to take us like 2 minutes. And looking for these things, we were doing them in reverse order, and it was going backwards and all of these crazy things. And I just looked at it, and I'm like, there has to be a better way. And everyone in the department looked at it and said, there has to be a better way, but I don't know how to do it. And then I figured out that you could have Microsoft Excel connect to this mainframe system and send controls to it. So I was able to take this entire process, this whole batching process that everyone was stressed over, everybody was just not looking forward to, and I was able to make it so that it was a click of a button. You open an Excel document. There's this big star that you click on that says next batch.
Mm-hmm.
And just that, watching that work and pressing that button and making that button work, and then just watching this system do things automatically, even something as little as finding an account. It was just beautiful to me. Because I didn't have to worry about it. I didn't have to think about it. It happened because I set it up to, and I knew it wasn't going to fail. I wasn't going to mistype a character because the computer's typing all the characters.
Now, Alex, do you ever get to the point where you're like, maybe I should keep this under the rug? Right? I shouldn't tell anyone that I've automated all this thing, so you can go in and like spritz some water on your face, look like you're just busting your backside, and then go, oh, yeah. And then bill for 30 hours and you've done like 30 seconds of work. You're probably I'm not a good guy. So I'd be doing that way. I'd be going, oh yeah, a lot of heavy lifting, but I lift with the knees. But did you ever get to the point where you're like, I should keep all this automation to myself and just take all the credit for the back-breaking work I do 14 to 16 hours a day most days, 6 days a week?
Absolutely. Every single time I'm launching a product and I'm like, man, this is going to save 160 hours on a project, and you're automating it, and it takes 20 minutes. I'm like, I totally could have just been like, this couldn't be automated, but I'll definitely do the manual work. No big deal. Like, I'll get it done. Just give me these 16 hours, and then I sit there and press a button, and I'm like, oh, okay, thanks for the day.
And then what do? Go hit a bucket of balls?
Absolutely. Go down to the ping pong table. Play a couple rounds.
You go down to the ping pong table. That gives you an idea how much older I am, Lee, right? I said, I get some extra time. What are you going to do? I'm going to go hit a bucket of balls. And Alex is like, no, I'm going to go down and dominate the ping pong table. So, all right, so that's where you had a little bit of sweat in the game, right? You had a little bit of skin in the game, Alex, because you saw all of the heartache. And now with entrepreneurs, everyone and their brother wanting to bring, their very best to the moment, right? And I was reading a book the other day that said you want to limit your decisions in the morning. You want to limit the things that you actually have to think about because you're limited to the amount of overall decisions that you can make in a 24-hour day or in a 12-hour or 14, 16-hour workday. So I think your work is really instrumental for not just for established businesses, but for entrepreneurs that are like, nah, I need Alex to focus. I need A3 innovation to focus. I said intervention because it really is an intervention.
Right.
You're innovating intervention, right? You're breaking into it so that these folks don't have to worry about the minutia. It's like, hey, don't even worry about it. Alex has got your back.
Exactly. And they literally don't even have to do that thing anymore. It's done for them. It's that simple.
That's amazing. All right, Lee, what do you think, brother? Are you about ready for the big reveal?
Well, I say that I got something. Let's take a first crack at it.
Okay, sure. That sounds good.
And you know how these things work. So, it's just sometimes it just happens in seconds, and sometimes we got to fumble with it. So,
well, I'm going to tell you, the 6th episode, you've hit the ball out of the park every time.
All right.
So you keep saying that, but I
don't.
Yeah,
I know. We always have to do the caveat, right? So,
you do.
So let's start with something like this. Our automated solutions take the busy work out of your business.
Cool.
Wow.
Ooh, that's a good one. Lee comes in with a zinger right off the bat.
Doesn't he, though? That's the thing. And he's all the time saying, he's all the time doing the little thing going, well, and he just nailed it. Can you show that again? I'd like to see that again, just for the hell of it.
Okay.
Our automated solutions take the busy work out of your business. That is absolutely brilliant. That's why I hang with you.
All right.
Just so you
Cool.
know. Alex, what do you say, brother?
Honestly, brother, I am on board. That is probably the best sentence I can think of to describe, hey, we automate your day away. I'm never disappointed, Lee. You already know.
Awesome. Okay. All right. What? Geez, you're making my job easy today.
It was fantastic.
Well, he just makes it so easy. Plus, Alex is just a great guy. You're what, 22, 23 now?
23 now, yeah.
You're 23. Right at the ripe age of 23, this guy owns a business, okay? He's already made that decision to draw his line in the sand to say, this is what I stand for and this is what I'm going to do with my life. So, dude, hats off to you figuratively because it's taped to my head, but, yeah.
That's because we try to hold the ear set in, Alex, just a bit. But I have to tell you, I knew right away when Alex said stoked. I go, okay, he's probably a little younger than I am. I go, stoked like a fire? That was just brilliant. I like that. So, Alex, let me ask you this question. Does Lee's, what do you call them, Lee? Not thesis sentence, but
the value statement?
The value statement. To me, Alex, as a guy looking in, right, someone brand new, that just nailed it. Taking the busy work out of your business, right?
Yeah,
it frees you up to be brilliant.
It really does.
Yeah.
Because it's all about being busy. And if you are busy and you don't want to be, that's just exactly what you're going to get.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. And I like the fact that it leaves something to the imagination too. A short value statement like that, you don't want to give it all away because, if somebody asks you what you want to do, especially if you're in a networking event or something, and they ask you what you do, and you just vomit a 5-minute presentation at them, they're just going to smile and nod and just turn around and walk away, and you're never going to hear from them again. With these shorter ones, then you have enough to whet their appetite, but you don't tell them enough to give them the whole story. So then they have to ask, wait, you're going to take the busy work out of my business? What's that all about?
I think it's brilliant. I really do.
Yeah.
Cool.
Exactly. Gets them thinking, gets us engaged, gets me that second conversation, that little minute, just that little window that I need to get their attention, get them hooked, and then you can build a robot for anybody.
Absolutely.
And I think, that's probably a valid point, Alex, where you go to these network meetings and everyone and their brother is just waiting to spew. 7 years ago, our fathers brought forth upon this a new continent, dedicated, blah, blah. They're just going to give you their Gettysburg Address. So now you're stuck for the next 4 minutes. But exactly, Lee. But Alex, when you come up with a tagline like that, and then people go, whoa, 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 whoa. Time out. What do you mean taking the busy out of my business? I just think that's brilliant.
Awesome. Well, thank you, and
you're more than welcome,
Alex. Thank you. I really appreciate you being on the show. So we've got the website address.
Yes, sir.
Alex, is there anything that you want to say as far as what you can do and what you can offer to the people listening in terms of being able to help them?
So we have 3 main things that we do, and also I just want to say both Lee and Brian, thank you, Brian, so much. It was so much fun. I love talking about my business and getting engaged and getting out there. But anyways, so
you're more than welcome.
What we do, we build and design websites and add functionality to them. So your website's bland, your website's boring, or your website isn't exactly everything you want it to be. Contact me, reach out to A3 Innovation. We'll build you something you can be proud of. We also do custom software development. So any functionality, if you have that great idea about you're sitting at work and you're like, man, I really wish these 2 systems could talk to each other. Man, I really wish we had a different CRM. It sure would be nice if something was built for us instead of just built for some company. Anybody can build a CRM and give it to 1,000 companies, but only one person can build a CRM just for your company to your specification.
Very cool.
And that's us. And then robotic process automation, which is as big or as small as you need it to be. we take the busy work out of the business, like you said, Lee.
I really do like that. That might be one of my favorites. Yeah, just so you know. All right, Alex. So, Lee, give us before Alex is going to run here, we've got about 5 minutes left. Give us a little bit. I want to talk a little bit about Sales Copy Academy, how folks can reach out to you, that kind of thing as well. Alex, can you hang for a couple more minutes, or you want me to let you go?
Oh, I am always happy to hang.
Well, thanks, brother. All right. So, Lee, how can everyone hook up with you and learn a little more about what it is that you do and how they can benefit from your brilliance?
Cool. Okay. Well, so as you know, one of the things I've been doing a lot is collaborative copy coaching, where we actually work together to develop the copy that's in your voice, that resonates with your people because it's infused with your passion. So I found that this has worked out really great. I had 3 spots. I'm down to 2. One of them just got locked in today, so I'm down to 2 spots. But if you want a done for you solution, I actually do have 1 spot available for January. You can go to leerowley.com, click on the Let's Chat button and schedule a time. We'll find out if we're a good fit. So I've only got 1 spot available for January, but if you get over there now and book your call, then you'll have a good chance of getting it.
Very cool. Well, I have to tell you, I never take advantage. And Lee, you're such a good guy. You're always saying to me, well, Bry, you have to talk a little bit about what you do for everything else. And I would never have taken up on it, but I went ahead and put up All Natural Being with Brian Brawdy because Alex is a guy I might want to talk to for 81 to win.
That's right.
Right. And see what we can, is there an app? Is there something that he can do? Alex, quickly, we're going to go for the Guinness World Record for the longest live call-in radio talk show. It goes down. We will have successfully won or completed the world record on St. Patrick's Day coming up in about 69 days. So I just might reach out to Alex and go, look, you're good golly. Would you say, Alex, 24 years old?
23.
23. I got a handgun that's 23 years old. God love him. So, Alex, I might reach out to you and go, hey, brother, here's what I'm working on now. What do you think about this? And as I said, we're going to go for the Guinness World Record of the longest call-in radio talk show. So if nothing else, Alex, I might hit you up to call in and hang out with us for a little while.
I am always more than available to hang out with you, Brian, anytime. And you absolutely talk to me offline about that app or that project and see what we can get going for you. Man.
That would be great. I super appreciate it. All right, brother, we're going to let you bail. Thank you so very much for hanging out with us. And we wish you nothing but continued success in the future.
All right. Thank you both. And thanks for having me on again.
Hey, thanks, Alex, man.
A3 Innovation, www. I always say I would never say www, but just in reading the logo, you can go to A3, the numeral 3, ILLC.com, A3 Innovation. Ask for Alex. You'll be very glad that you did. All right, Lee, another great show. I have to tell you, brother, in 6 episodes, I wish that were my tagline. You did just a phenomenal job. You really, really did. I love that.
And it's so simple, which is probably why it took me, 15 minutes of sweating to come up with it because I was trying to be brilliant. And I'm like, okay, we're just going to do what's simple works, people. Okay, we are experts.
We are experts, right? Please. You know what? If you don't mind, we're going to close with the dirty dumpster diaper dumpster fire, because that's just a great logo. And then we're going to get out of here. Lee, my good friend, thank you as always. Alex, if you're still listening, thank you so very much. Lee, I got to tell you, that was brilliant. Absolutely freaking brilliant. We will see you next week. All right, sounds good. And don't forget, I'm putting in an invoice for an ice bucket. I'm a little parched. I'm a little parched back here. All right, brother. We'll see you next week. I guess sounds can come in too hot, huh?
What happened?
Who knows? Oh, you look like one of those guys that shags people in for a real estate opening.
We're never going to be able to do this, man.
Or a Subway.
It's about as good as my juggling skills.
You can juggle? God love you. We got to do that on the show.
What?
Yeah. Ask the banana how well it worked last time you juggled. All right, we're out of here. Thank you for joining us at Copy That Speaks. That's a wrap.